Three, two, one. We're live. We're live. Hello, Facebook people, YouTube people, and other people. I think this is part 5. Anyway, it's the last segment on this returning beauty, this Lexxus. Oh man, took longer than I thought, but I did some extra stuff to it. Just as a bonus and just because I wanted to. Hey, Miss Glenda. Hey, Miss Glenda. I hope you're feeling good, sweetie. It's nice outside. Been a beautiful, beautiful day for doing this kind of work. I love doing this work in this weather. Of course, I still have to pull it inside for a lot of it because of the dust and pollen and that kind of stuff. Man, I already put away a lot of my tools, but here's some of the stuff that I haven't put away yet that I used off and on. Holy moly. Hey, Mr. Turner. Mr. Eddie Turner. So we finished with this Lexxus. Basically all they wanted was a maintenance wash and a wash and shine, as I call it, but they had a couple of trouble spots that they particularly wanted me to take care of. There was an abrasion. Hey, Aaron! There was an abrasion on that front bumper right there. That's all gone. There was a scuff mark on this door here. If you watched the previous segment, it is gone. 100% gone. Everything has been done. Oh boy. Did the tires and wheels. I ended up doing just a quick polish on those wheels. Just a quick light polish because, oh, it says there's a couple people watching. Because she has been running this thing through car washes, and that car wash soap had, and then brushes had beat that to death. So I just gave them a quick polish to get rid of where that soap residue that they use had dried on those wheels, and it wouldn't wash off, so I had to buff it off. So I buffed that off very quick. It didn't take just a few extra minutes. Used Duplicolor tire paint on the tires, and I was going to show you guys what I used and what I do use. I think I might have showed you this before, to just do the quick polish on those wheels. It's called a Flitz, F-L-I-T-Z ball. It goes on your drill, any drill, and it's really great for not only doing quick polish on wheels. You can use it on the headlights, little places like this grill here after you clean it good. Inside all these emblems. Makes quick work out of all that kind of stuff, folks. And this car's been sealed with a pretty good quality sealer. And you know, things like this letters here, you can put it on your drill. You can clean those up and get in all those little places in there quickly in just a minute or two. Beats the heck out of doing it by hand. This part right here, did all these lenses with it. You can use it on your glass. It won't burn the rubber or the plastic. This very, very soft material that this thing has. Polished up all those wheels, I think this thing turned out pretty slick, considering we did no paint correction except for those spots that I showed you. Although it does need paint correction, there are still a good bit of bonded and embedded in contaminants. The one exception being is, I mentioned to you before, she had to have this hood repainted, so it was virgin paint. So I did do a one-step polish on that and removed probably 95% of the surface and bonded contaminants, and, and some of the embedded ones to a certain degree. but it's a whole lot better now than what it was when she brought it over here. That thing's slick as glass, folks. But that's what just a one-step polish on some already decent paint will do. And that's just a bonus I threw in for her because she's a regular customer, and her husband are friends of mine. He's actually my mechanic. He does a lot of work on Sally over there for me, put the new motor in it for me. So I think this thing turned out really slick, and all he wanted done to the inside was just a good thorough vacuuming and everything wiped down. So what I did, of course, I took all those floor mats out, and I did what we call a dry brush on them, which helps remove the deep-seated sand and that kind of stuff. Makes it easier to vacuum. Then I vacuumed. In fact, some of those were what we call dry shampoo. You know, where you spray the stuff on, you work it in with a brush, let it dry for a second or two, then you vacuum it back up. It's a good way just to help get rid of animal hair, which there was some. Looked like animal hair to me. I don't know if it was a dog or cat. I just don't know. But there was some dog hair. But everything was cleaned up with 303. And which leaves behind a little bit of protection. It shines everything up just a little bit with a matte shine. So it turned out very nice. I think she'll be happy with it. We'll take a peek in on the driver's side just for kicks. Hey, I got one watcher left. Oh, I'm boring everybody. I understand that. I do. But, you know, everything's all done. This is some, not sure what all that is up here. But on this level, I'm pretty sure I could take all that out. But it would take a lot of it. It would take some extra work and some restoration process to do so. It looks good from back here, but when you get in close, you can see, you know, that's where a lot of hands and arms go and that kind of stuff on this side. But that's not covered on this level of detailing. But I think everything else turned out quite nicely. And folks, this model, this whole thing folds back. It's, I guess you call it a hardtop convertible. Somebody can correct me on that. I'm not sure what Lexus calls it. Of course, I got all the little brushes and stuff out and got in all these little cracks and stuff like that. Used the air compressor to blow everything out first, which makes your cleanup go a lot quicker and easier. You know, like getting in between those spots like that. Put that vortex funnel on there and you can get in all those little cracks like between the seats, under the seats, and you can blow all that stuff out of there. And then you go in with a long reach vacuuming tool. I say long reach, it's probably about 10 inches long. But I think she turned out very nicely. Alright, this was what I call a low to mid-level detail, which, you know what, most folks are happy with this, and I think she will be, but it just kind of breaks my heart to have to leave all this micro marring on this paint and let this thing go. But that'd be another day and a half of buffing to get all of that out. There are some scratches, like there's one right there. Most of that would probably come out, and there's micro marring, which when you pull it out in the direct sunlight, you see it immediately. And some of you may have seen it the other day when I did part 1. It's hard to see now because it's in the shade and there's no direct light on it. Hell, I can't keep the dust off of here. Fast as I wipe it off, it dusts back up. That's the danger of leaving it sitting outside. Anyway, I appreciate everybody. Y'all help me out. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you got any question about any of this, the products I used, the tools that I used, the procedures, you want more information, or you just want to tell me to go to hell, you can do that too. Tell me this is interesting, tell me it's boring. I don't know, folks. They say that anything that y'all do, interact with me, helps me out. So, all right, people. I think she came out looking pretty slick. All right. I'm going to go call the customer and tell her she can come pick her car up whenever she is ready. And I do appreciate those of you who watching. Feel better, Miss Glenda. Goodbye now.